Okay, I'll start recording and Izyan has joined. Fine. So, just give me 1 second. So the strategy was for when there is no threat is think, and we had said that threat, or maybe we did not see it in enough detail. So here it is, think. Okay, and T stands for threat. In can you create a threat because you are threat, hope, improve, and next. Yes, Arin has got it perfectly. Okay, someone has sent something on WhatsApp. What is it that? Okay. All right. Somebody is. Those are the people. Okay, admit. Okay, fine. So that is that. Okay, so the thing is, renaming is disabled. No, at the time of joining itself, you can. Change the name. So that is renaming. What is disabled is after you join, and that is purposely disabled because people can rename themselves as somebody else, right? So I can, for example, if I'm trying to fool around, I will rename myself as Saish Gandhi now because there is already a Saish Gandhi in the chat. Then after that, the teacher or whoever is conducting will not know which is the real Saish Gandhi. That is the reason why we don't allow renaming once you have joined, but at the time of joining you can always choose the name, and that is the okay. So please understand that. All right, so going back to where we were, so yes, Arin had said yes, threat. So if you are not under threat, then let us see whether you can create a threat, right? That is always a forceful move because you are forcing the opponent to respond. So see whether you can create a threat. If not threat, hope means can you move something so that in the next move will you be able to, you might be able to create a threat. So that is a creating a position which is likely to give you an option for a threat. That is also a strategy that you can use it. So that is the other one. And so threat, hope, improve your position. There are some certain ways like development, right? Getting out all your pieces, castling, connecting your rooks, making sure that some key squares, taking away some key squares from the opponent's knights, right? Sometimes this is helpful. H3 H3 or C3, etc. Sometimes they are helpful pawn moves which will take away, prevent the knight from jumping around. So there are like, and similarly sometimes making way for the king, especially towards the middle game and end game, because sometimes you can get checkmated if there is no scope for the king, even though it is castled, he can get checkmated. So sometimes on the back rank mate especially, so you make way for the king to come up in case there is a check. So that is also called as improvement. So you can do this kind of moves also if there is nothing else better that you can do. And then the other one is N stands for next, which means that you had a longer term plan, maybe 3 moves, 4 moves plan of doing something. So see whether you can take forward that plan, right? So that is what we had said as the strategy. So this is something that you should always try to remember. Now let me ask, I think I had, how many of you have tried the Lichess analysis feature over your uh, last week's tournament games? How, anyone? Okay, Arin said he did it. Okay, did you like the analysis, Arin? Abhinav also said he did it. Okay, excellent. Anyone else did it? Did you do that? You followed my article. I sent a link, told in detail. Okay, excellent. Abhinav, you do it before you log off. Oh, that's a very nice habit if you put it. In fact, that is the best thing that you can do. After the tournament, you go through all your games using this analysis, and if you can go immediately, then all the games are fresh in your mind. So you can remember exactly what was your thinking. even if not on the same day, maybe in the next day or in the next 2 days you do it, still it is pretty good. Okay, Srushti, you also did it. Okay, good. Okay, that is excellent, Aryan. Okay. And yes, so did you, so yeah, I think that is also good strategy, that first you look at the game, raw game, just play through it again, and see where you made a mistake or your opponent made a mistake. After that, use the computer analysis, right? So computer analysis will further make it better. But yeah, I think that is a good strategy, that you yourself try to find it first. So I see at least 3 people have tried it. Okay, Arin, Abhinav, and Rajesh, and that shows. Madhura, what about you? Shachi also did it. Excellent. Okay, good. If you, I mean, this is already very good, because if you are doing this, this is a sure shot way of improvement. In fact, uh, okay, yeah, Madhura, try it. Try it. I think it is very good. You will recall our last game, I think, Madhura, where you could not see the checkmate threat, right? So there was a one move mate, but somehow there was the danger signs were not there. I mean, your king against that bishop was there controlling my, and it was very, very thing. So yeah, okay, chess try, okay, but try on light chess also, because I have seen the analysis on light chess is even more better than chess king. Okay, so just I had sent a link, so just try it out. So it is superb actually, the analysis. So, and it shows you all the things, like it shows you the biggest blunder, the biggest mistakes are called as blunders. Then the next level are called as mistakes, which are not as big but still reasonably big. uh, if you lose more than a pawn, right, maybe a piece, etc., then it is called as a blunder. If you are just losing a pawn or so, equivalent of a pawn, then it is called as a mistake. And even less than a pawn, maybe half a pawn or something like that, if that is a thing that you are doing, then that is called as inaccuracies, okay, in the terminology of light chess. So please try that. I mean, in case you run into any difficulty, then you can always write back to me. But I think I have explained it in my blog article really in detail, with all the screenshots, how you can go step by step all the way down. So if you follow that, and if you do it diligently for all your tournament games, in fact, you can do it for all your practice games also. Okay, I do it for all my practice games also. Okay, and I also learn, okay, from this. So definitely you can imagine how much you will be able to learn. So it's a sure shot way of improving. Okay, all right. Okay, fine. Now what I was going to say is we are roughly halfway through our course, right? And we have also had one tournament, which is excellent. And now we will also have a unit test. Okay. So I guess you are familiar with, when we were in school, I was in school. I think we used to have probably every month or so, we used to have these things called as unit tests, and where some smaller tests. So that is going to be there again. I'm going to send this handout later today after the class, and that has got questions starting from very simple, okay, and going to slightly more, not very complex, but still reasonably thing. So I am expecting that tomorrow is Sunday and everybody has holiday. It will not take more than 1 hour of your time. It should not take. So I'm going to send it tonight, and I expect that all of you will be able to revert to me with your answer sheets again scanned by tomorrow night. Okay, try to do it. Don't try to put it till Monday, because Monday then school will be there, something else will be there, and all. All you take is 30 to 60 minutes, and you will be able to take finish this. Okay. So I'm going to send this. So treat this as unit test, and also treat it like it. The marks in this will also count to you towards your overall certification for L2. Okay. Just as I think everybody is suddenly become very conscious, even in schools and colleges, because in the COVID world, the final exams, etc., are starting to get cancelled, and then what are you going to get rated on? Okay, you are going to get rated on all the intermediate exams that you gave. So suddenly some people are very happy, some people are worried. Oh, they said that, oh, they were only going to prepare for the final exam and not really taking the intermediate exams very seriously. If that is the case, then those people are going to have some trouble in the current COVID scenarios, right? So similarly here also I am saying that uh, two three things. One, I had sent that overall 2 month homework I had given, which is the solving of the puzzles on Chess King. I think a few people like Srushti and Madhura, I think, have raced ahead. Some more people have also done very good progress. I think Arin has done, probably someone, I don't remember, Akshay or Ashish, and some probably Sai Pranav, I don't recall. But yeah, some of you have done quite a thing. But remember, though I'm not talking about it every week, the finally when the thing comes, I will look at those things. I had already clearly given all the homework, so you should be doing it. So okay, fine. So let us look at a couple of things only from this. Okay, and without looking at the chessboard. So let me take this up. Oops. Oops. Why it is view is page, 2 page scrolling. Okay, let us do this. Not 2 page, sorry, 1 page. Enable scrolling. Okay, and fit visible. Admit. Okay, without looking at the chessboard. Okay, tell me, where does the A3 to F8 diagonal cross the D file? What is the square name where it crosses the D file? Can you tell? Can you tell? Without looking at the chessboard, you can type in your answer. D6. Okay. Somebody is saying D6, and I think it is the right answer. Madhura is also said. Okay. Arin said, Madhura said. Okay. I think you got it right. And if you can visualize this, then I think it is certainly good without looking at the chessboard. Okay. Yes. Rishita also got. I think everybody got it. So good. Okay. Now one more similar question. Where does the B8 H to H2 diagonal, or H2 to B8, whichever way you can call it, cross the fourth rank? Which square is it where it crosses the fourth rank? So what is the square for that? Can you type the answer? Ranks, you know, first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank. So where does the B8 to H2 diagonal cross the fourth rank? What is the name of that square? So much time? Or am I not getting the chat? Something is wrong. Okay, Om, go ahead. Okay, F4. Okay, I think, I don't know, there was a delay or whatever. Yes, you got it right. F4. Yes. All right. I think maybe there was some network delay. I was not getting it. So yes, correct. All right. So I hope the visualization skills that I had talked about once, how to remember, how there is a technique. I said I use it in my morning walks, and that has helped me. If somebody is interested in further, uh, okay, Ahan, maybe there was a problem on my side then. Okay, that's fine. Good. Ahan, you got it right. So yeah, so but can you just close your eyes and can you visualize the entire chessboard? If you can, then you are on the way to becoming a very good chess player. Okay, if you can just close the eyes, and okay, where does the b3 square is a light square, I can see it. And normally my white bishop, sometimes it goes to c4, from there it can draw back to b3, or my bishop can go to b5 in a Roy Lopez. Then when the black pawn moves a6, which is again a light square, then my bishop has to fall back to a4, which is a light square. And then from a4, if he black plays b5, which is again a light square, Then my bishop further comes down to b3, which is a light square. So I'm just giving you an example because I was closing the eyes, but like this, you should be able to do it. And in your spare time, whatever time, early in the morning or whatever it is, try to visualize like this, because this will take you a lot way forward. Okay. So I will take, see, this is unit test, but this is all cooperative unit test. So I'll take some, I will take two positions out of these 5, and we will try to solve it. Okay. So let us take this position, 7th position. Okay. Look at it carefully. And what I'm saying is there is a mistake in the position. Find out what it is and correct it by any means. Okay. It's a trick question. Let us see. And after you have corrected the mistake, then you will be able to checkmate black in one move. Okay. So it's a trick question, but or maybe yeah, if you can do it, then fine, let us do it. I will give maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everyone can think about it. Think logically. Chess, mathematics and logic, they are all together connected. Okay. I hope this is big enough, otherwise to make it more visible. Okay, I'm making it like this. So this is the square. First of all, you will have to tell no. I think Ahan, first try to correct what is the mistake in the position. You are straight away giving the solution. If you try to see, if you directly try to give the solution, it will not work, because the solution will be wrong. It cannot. Okay. So just look at what I have said. You will be able to solve this only after you correct this mistake. This is a clue that I have given. So there is no direct move possible. Okay. So think about it. Think there is a logical mistake in this position. And you will not be, for example, queen a1 is not a solution, because check you are giving, black will push the pawn, c4 will be go to c3. After that, whatever will happen on that move, there is no checkmate, right? Okay, all right, somebody has got it right. Somebody has got it right. And Abhinav, I think, has got it right. So Abhinav, then if you have spotted this, then you correct this mistake. I'm not sure whether you got that part right, Abhinav. Yeah, something related. Okay. Madhura has also now got it. Yes. Madhura has also got it now. So tournament is practice tournament. If you are asking, then it is anyway on. It is anytime after I stop this the class, you can go back to the practice tournament. The final tournament will be on 14th August, before our Independence Day. I don't know what is the date, but Lakshmi, you are saying bishop to f2. No, so first remember that first you have to find out what is the mistake. Queen is already at b1, Ahan, so it is not moving to move. Queen is already at. Okay, Sai Pranav, your birthday is not very far from your dad's birthday. Huh? That I can see. Let me see what is going to happen in August. Yeah, 14th August is a Friday. So I don't know. Maybe I will have the tournament then on 15th August only. But yeah, I think we will have that, and that is the final tournament. But coming back to this, okay, let's not divert. I think two people got the basic problem right. Mistake. What is the mistake? I think Madhura and Abhinav have got it right. Now let me see whether they can correct the mistake. And correcting, I have said that you can correct it in whichever way. Okay, because there is a mistake and you can correct it in two ways. Okay, not able to make it. Okay, I will give the answer anyway. It is for the test, so think about it. Or very quickly, I will. No, I think should we do that or should we just go back to the practice tournament? There is one more position that I can quickly look at it, but I think so. There is something with related to pawns, okay, and I will give you this much hint. The mistake is with related to the pawns, and then now this is the clue. I'm not going to tell any further because the marks count for the thing. So think about it. Some of you have made a progress. Okay, let us look at quickly this position and then go back to the thing. This you should be able to visualize this. See, this is the position where right now only white pieces have shown. Now place a black king in this diagram. Place, you have got a black king in your hand. You can place it anywhere in the on the chessboard. Okay, first thing, place it on a square so that black is checkmated. Okay, can you visualize a square where the black king will be checkmated in this position if the king is on that square? Okay, think carefully. Okay, then look at a so assume that after you place the king, it is obviously it is black's move, right? After you place the king, and if it cannot move anywhere and it is in check, that means it is a checkmate. Okay, then next target is to put it somewhere on some square so that it is actually stalemated. Okay, it is you put the king now and then the black's turn to move. If it is not in check and it does not have a legal move, then it is a stalemate, right? Try to find such a square, and then finally you can put it on a square, and then on after which white to play it is, and then white will be able to checkmate him. So that is also something that you can look. So think about it. All right. Okay, I think I will not give the again. I will not give the answer, but there are all three of them are possible. Okay, I will tell you only this much, and this is the thing. So I mean, why I'm spending time on this and not actually straight away sending you the handouts is that, see, visualization skills are very important. And what are the positions when when checkmate happens, when checkmate does not happen, all these things you should be able to not only see it on the chessboard, you should be able to construct it given some questions like this. And if you can do that, that means your mind is both sides, it is working, and it will be able to progress. Okay, so it is very important. So you should, for example, you should find out if you think find out how a queen can give checkmate to a king by a proximity check. Proximity check means you are just next to the king and checking him. Okay, now there are ways in which you can give a checkmate like that, but for that to happen, some other escape squares have to be blocked. And what are those escape squares? So uh, there are two ways that a queen typically. Yeah, I think Arin, you got it right. Checkmate is e3. Okay, beautiful. I think so. This is Arohi has got some things right, and I think many people have got it right. I think it is. I think there is some problem today. I'm getting chats all late. Okay, so suddenly after some time it is coming. It must be some bug in Zoom. Okay, I think because I did not see those messages, but yeah, in the current position, yes, if the queen, if the black king is at e3, then king is at e3, then it's a checkmate. I think multiple people have got it right. Okay, and then stalemate also people have got it right. If the king is on, no, if the king is on e1, then there is no stalemate. But if the king is on h1, there is a stalemate. Okay, stalemate is on h1, e3 checkmate, and f1 is a mate in 1. How is f1 mate in a 1? King f3, no, but if king is on f1, queen f3, king will go to e1. No? So think about it. I think there is, think about it, Abhinav. H1 is certainly stalemate. Yes. E3 is checkmate. First A and B, you have got it right. C, you might want to just think over it again. Okay. All right. I think that's fine. But anyway, so anyway, I think all of you have got now the answers, and which is okay. You can give those answers for A and B. Think about it. But like this, there are total of 11 questions. I think two of them we have already solved, which is which diagonals cross where. Third and two more diagrams we have looked at it, but there are some more set piece positions, and then there are some positions like this to be solved. Okay, so so yeah, so try to I'm going to send this out immediately, and revert it to me by tomorrow. Okay, all right, so I think that is what I am going to stop the recording.